Hey everyone, and welcome to this exclusive DigiPalms Masterclass Explainer, Monetizing Attention Without Selling Your Soul. I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us today. Look, we are going to completely stop chasing those empty vanity metrics and instead start building a predictable profit engine together. If you've been grinding away at your content, putting yourself out there day after day, but honestly feeling like you're just screaming into a void, well, take a deep breath because you are exactly in the right place. We're going to unpack these brilliant systems together and show you exactly how to build a highly profitable creator business and do it without ever sacrificing your authenticity. So let's kick things off with a number that should absolutely have your undivided attention. $203 billion. That is the massive size the creator economy exploded past in 2024. And get this, it's accelerating toward $500 billion by 2027. Literally, we are living through the biggest shift in wealth building in decades. But it begs a really provocative question, right? With so much money flowing around, why do so many incredibly hardworking creators still struggle to pay their rent? Well, the harsh truth is that way too many people confuse being busy with being profitable. They're just posting endlessly, crossing their fingers for a lucky break, instead of relying on proven, predictable systems. And that brings us to the core problem we see every single day here at the DigiPalms. It's this exhausting trap of the dopamine economy versus the reality of engineering actual lasting engagement. On the left side, you've got those quick dopamine hits. You know the feeling. Every time someone likes or shares a post, your brain gets a tiny thrill. It feels awesome for a split second, but it's totally fleeting. And spoiler alert, it doesn't pay your bills. On the right side, though, we have a lasting engagement. This happens when you genuinely make someone think, feel, or act differently. It builds trust. And in the digital space, trust is literally the bridge to sustainable income. I promise you, one person who truly connects with your message is worth 100 casual passing likes. Okay, let's dive into the solution. It is our proprietary hook, story, monetize framework. This exact three-pillar system is what transforms scattered, random posting into a highly strategic profit engine. It's the exact same system that allowed a creator named Casey to take a simple cooking hobby and turn it into a $2.3 million food brand using literally nothing but reels and emails. No magic tricks here, just a solid system. Let's define exactly what we mean here. Hook, story, monetize. It's a strategic content engine designed to capture attention, build trust, and naturally convert that engagement into income, all without using any of those sleazy, manipulative tactics nobody likes. And listen, this is absolutely crucial. All three of these pillars have to work together. If you've got an amazing hook but no story, you just completely wasted the attention you earned. If you have a great story but no monetization strategy, well, you're just leaving money on the table. It is a package deal.
So, to make this whole engine hum, we have to start with pillar number one, the hook. We need to talk about the science of stopping the scroll, because we have to face a really harsh internet reality. When someone is scrolling on their phone, their brain decides whether to stop or just keep swiping in exactly 3 seconds. 3 seconds! You just can't sit around hoping people will politely slow down for you. You have to command their attention using actual neuroscience.
And here is the exact neurological step-by-step sequence we teach for engineering those irresistible hooks. Step 1 is the pattern interrupt. People are mindlessly scrolling through a total sea of sameness. When you throw something at them that breaks their expected pattern, their brain literally snaps to attention. Step 2 is the curiosity gap. You want to create a space between what they currently know and what they suddenly realize they absolutely need to know. The human brain hates open loops. It intensively craves closure. And finally, step 3 is the attention hijack. By mixing that unexpected element with deep curiosity, you are literally forcing their conscious focus right onto your content. Now, to really make that hijack work, you've got to use emotion, because emotions drive human action way more than logic ever will. Let's look at some high-converting emotional triggers you can start using today. You've got FOMO, fear of missing out, which taps right into our social survival instincts. Curiosity, which demands an answer. Surprise, which totally disrupts expectations. Urgency, which triggers our desperate need to avoid future pain. And belonging, which creates this instant sense of community. And look, even boring B2B industries use these. Think about an industrial shelving company that generated massive attention just by hitting the curiosity trigger with the hook, "The average warehouse loses $30,000 a year from poorly organized inventory." Boom. It works for absolutely everything. All right, so you've got their attention. Now you have to keep it right. That brings us to our second pillar, the storytelling architecture.
Here at the Digipalms, we firmly believe that true storytelling is never, ever about manipulation. Manipulation only serves the person talking. True storytelling serves the audience. It acts as an authentic bridge, proving to your viewers that you've actually walked the exact path they are trying to navigate right now.
So, what is the anatomy of a high converting story? Well, it's kind of like building a house. First up, the foundation. You've got to establish a shared context. Show them where you were before you figured all this out. It builds incredible credibility. Next are the walls, the conflict. You want to share a specific, totally relatable struggle. But, and please hear me on this, avoid trauma dumping. Share struggles that actually serve a purpose and connect directly to the solutions you're offering. Finally, the roof is the transformation. Don't just get up there and brag about your success, show them exactly what you learned. Sharing your failures and the lessons they taught you builds what we call earned authority. It proves your expertise was forged in the real world.
And what's so incredibly powerful about building your story this way is how it naturally sets up the sale. We call this the soft sell. When you position your product or your service simply as the natural result of the journey you just shared, it genuinely doesn't feel like selling at all. It just feels like sharing. Your audience feels like they're being guided by a trusted friend who deeply understands their pain, rather than being forcefully backed into a corner by a pushy salesperson. Now, as we transition into the final pillar, monetize, we operate on one absolutely crucial philosophy. Read this with me. The gap between engagement and income rarely stems from audience size. You need strategic monetization pathways. We have got to crush this toxic myth right now that you need hundreds of thousands of followers to make a real living. Let me tell you, a creator with just 2,000 highly engaged followers in a specific niche can easily pull in $10,000 a month, while someone with 50,000 random, unengaged followers might struggle to scrape together $1,000. Depth of connection will always, always beat breadth of reach. So this right here is how you actually convert that attention, the content funnel system. You have to guide your viewer logically. You start up at the top with awareness. Those are the hooks and stories that grab attention and provide free, awesome value. Then you gently move them to consideration, where you prove you know what you're talking about with a tutorial or a case study. And finally, you move to conversion, where you actually make your offer. Listen, jumping straight to the pitch without building this funnel completely ruins digital relationships. Think about it. Making an offer too early is literally like proposing marriage on a first date. It's awkward and it just doesn't work. Now, alongside that funnel, you also need to really grasp the customer value progression. This is all about realizing that the lifetime value of a customer matters so much more than just a quick one-off sale. You want to build a whole ecosystem where your customer can naturally ascend through your offerings simply because taking that next step with you feels like the most obvious, foolproof way for them to get their next big win. So let's look at how this progression works in action across 4 clear steps. Step 1 is your free lead magnet, maybe a template or a mini course. This gets them on your email list and builds trust with 0 risk. Step 2 is a low-cost offer, usually somewhere between $27 and $97. This is huge because it breaks that psychological barrier of becoming a paying customer for the first time. Step 3 is your core offer. This is your comprehensive solution, like a flagship course. And step 4 is your premium service for that high-ticket, personalized, one-on-one help. By laying out these steps, you are actively providing multiple entry points for people sitting at completely different financial comfort levels. When we pull all of this together, you're really faced with a crucial choice for your business. On one hand, chasing virality. It relies on external algorithms you have 0 control over, and it leads straight to massive creator burnout because every single post feels like life or death. But on the other hand, building systems, like our Hook Story Monetize framework, relies entirely on your consistent execution. Systems weather the algorithm changes. They compound over time. Let me assure you, consistent helpfulness will absolutely crush a one-hit viral wonder every single time when it comes to building a resilient, predictable profit engine. So I want to end this Digipalms Masterclass Explainer with a direct challenge just for you. What is your one core message? What is the specific problem you solve? And what is the exact transformation you provide your audience? Figure that out today. Seriously, write it down in one sentence. Your challenge for the next 90 days is to take that core message, wrap it in a scroll-stopping hook, share an authentic story, and naturally guide your audience right into your monetization pathway. The creator economy has plenty of room at the top for sure, but only for those who actually use the system. So stop waiting to feel ready, start building your profit engine right now, and go claim your piece of the pie. Thanks so much for joining me today. Now get out there and execute.